Kaizer Nation, Sunman and Buffetu, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. Now, I do have something, ngiyakhala lana Buffetu. To be honest, I hope probably some of you will see why ngiyakhala kanjena. So, definitely on the 1st of March we are going to play, which is this coming Saturday we are going to play against Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, to be honest with you, Buffetu, I'm not expecting a win on that game because we have to be honest. Last game we played, we lost 4-1. Last game they played, they won 4-1 against the Test Galaxy, which I think was yesterday. So they've managed to do some sort of like a revenge nyana when it comes to that. Now I do have a problem when it comes to the middle of the park, and I just hope Coach Nazarene Nabi realizes this quicker and sooner. Because looking at the middle of the park by F2, we have players like Njabulo Plum, we have Thabo Cele, we have Edson Castillo, who has just been given, that contract extension with 1 year for another year. And then we also do have George Matlow and Umduduzi Shabalala. Now, I'm not going to get much in terms of Usamgelo Zwane or Gaston Sereno because of Samuel Zwane has been suspended, I believe, and then Gaston Sereno, has been suspended, so he received a red card after those 2 yellow cards incident against that team we played recently. And then Samuel Zwane, I think he served his 1-match suspension, so he might be available, but definitely we can use him as a backup. And then also we do have Umfana like Ngosimpile Ngobo, which has had a tough time getting a call-up starting 11. So Buffetu, I will try to be as quick as possible because cases Ohamba ngasekudala, we are in stage 6 load shedding, so it's a problem. We are around 10, so at least nokushaya 10 just sikhulumile lento ngifuna sikhulume ngayo on this video. So like I said, I do have a problem. I'm crying, Buffetu. If you look at our previous lineup when we played, it was looking like this. We had Mart. To be honest, I don't know what Mart was doing there, but something that I've seen which makes our midfield a bit shaky, a bit loose. When we play Mart and Cele, it's like we're playing one and the same thing, almost one and the same thing with Cele just being a bit much better, to be honest, because he is trying to be a box to box rather than being a box midfielder. So that is something that I've noticed with some of the players, which I hope Coach Nai has noticed, because come on, Buffett, come on, we need to be honest. So in the middle of the park, I think it's high time, Coach, because we're going to play against Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm not expecting a win from Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm just expecting us maybe to play a draw, or if by luck, mere luck, maybe we win 2-1 or 1-0, but there's no such thing, because Kumbule, Mamelodi Sundowns is a team that is a log leader and we are just the runners, so we have to be honest and then expect the situation, be there without the motions. So looking at the middle of the park, Buffet, I would love to see this guy being played here, Njabulo Blom. He's injury free. He's someone who can give us something. Now I'll give you guys scenarios. So having Njabulo Blom as a 6 and then Cele as a central, and then the attacking midfielder. Let me just quickly wrap these things off so that we can be able to focus on a middle field pair, and then Scotland Kogunya, because those things are distractions for now. For now, those are distractions. And then okay, can we play Njabulo Blom, and then we have Thabo Cele. This was a combination that I did not use on my last video. I don't know what was happening. And then also we bring in players like probably we can start with George Matlow. Umduduzi Shabalala was not as someone who you would want to start in a game, because in Bonile last game he was a bit shaky. That is something that is going to give us problems because we are playing one of the best teams. So definitely we need a solid structure in the middle of the park. We don't need to take chances. We don't need to say I naranjani so corner. No, we need to be more tactical when it comes to this game, because if we are not, then definitely Cardoso is going to wipe the floor with us. Probably even 6 goals is going to come, because I've seen how shaky and how quick we are to lose in momentum, especially when we are being led. So we don't need players like Yusuf Mat. We know Yusuf Mat, whenever we are being led, performance and change up. But whenever we are winning and we are leading, then definitely we can bring him in as a sub, or if ever one of the players is injured during the game, because definitely that is something that we are going to see. And then another scenario, maybe we can bring in Onjabulo Plum, and then we play Ucele again, but with a attacking midfielder, we can bring in players like Umduduzi Shabalala. But I would not recommend this one, because Umdu Odaiba Fetu has not been a player that we can rely on recently. We've seen him on the last game. For me, I don't think this combination can work, but maybe it might work. And then we also do have another combination. Let's just bring in Ox, if ever he's available. Let's bring in Osbongiseni Mthethwa, someone who we do know which he is a bully when it comes to that DM. And then we play Ucele, and then also the attacking midfielder. I believe Mr. Long and Short George Matlow would be much better suited for the job. Kumbule Keston Sereno is not available, and he has been our key player in terms of that middle of the park. So that is something that we have to keep in mind. We cannot use Augustin Sereno on this upcoming match. So come on guys. If we have Ox, Mthethwa, and then Ucele, someone who has those runs playing as a central midfielder, and then George Matlow, someone who can link up the defense and the forwards, I think we might be solid. And then Pambili, obviously we can play players like Abu Lilepo and Abu Pulemodi, which we definitely do know he is fell out of favor, but coach said it had to do with him being tired. For me, I don't believe that is the case. If I'm Tembi, I don't think Omodi is going to start the next game. If he's going to start, then definitely we can believe that coach was right when he said Omodi was tired. But I don't think that is the case. We are going to see, though, we are going to see whether that is the case or it was not the case. And then also we do have another scenario of too. How about we start Oblom here in the defensive midfield? Because I think this one once worked before. I've seen it work against Sundowns, and it might work again. We can start Unjabulo Blom, and then the central we can bring in Edson Castillo. I know coach said those players, they need to have game time, play more games in this Fananalezo. But to be honest, I don't think they're going to find any friendly games anytime soon, because Kumbule PSL is busy currently. It's match after match after match after match, unless they're going to play teams which we've never heard of before, teams which are weak, definitely, who we might beat. And then Masisbuyangapa, we think Kaizer Chiefs is much better now. But no, to be honest, we need at least the team that is here on the lock, on the PSL, the team that is currently performing very well. That is something that would help this friendly game if we know coach Nazruddin Nabi. So we have to be honest, Bafetu, this is another combination I think might work for us. If not, then we can bring in Utabucele as a DM. We can bring in Tabucele as a DM, and then we play Castillo Lapana with central midfield. So that is something that I think can also work in terms of that. I love the boy. To be honest, I'm not judging him, I'm not criticizing him, but I think this game he would be much better suited if ever he comes in as a super sub, not someone who starts the game. So that is something that we have to keep in mind, when it comes to this one. So I don't know. And then we bring in this combination, probably might work. And then we can bring in who's this guy? I don't think we can play him because Mpile is still off tune. Now is someone who can bring in as a sub, not a starter, to be honest. That is something that we have to keep in mind. So for me on this game, what I'm looking for is, we need to be honest, we need to bring in the big players when it comes to this game against Mamelodi Sundowns. If ever we are hoping to at least get 2 or 3 goals or even a win, but for me a draw would be fine. Just we do not need humiliation of our goals, losing by 6-0, 6-1. That is something that might happen if ever we are not smart when it comes to this game. So I don't know. You can let me know what you think of A2 in the comment section below. Let me just quickly jump to our comments and then nje when it comes to this before Ikese Hamba. Opa, Blom, Gele, and Zwane. So I see I've put up a voting poll on top. We have Ox and then Otele, no George Matlo. So definitely Usbongisile Mthethwa noCele with Umatlo. You guys have voted the best in terms of that trio, midfield trio. And then uCele noMatlo, it's on number 2. And then the third one, Blom Castillo and Mduduzi Shabalala, which I do not recommend for him to start the game. And then the last one is Ox Castillo Nomdu. Well, Opa says Blom, uCele, Nozwane. Well, Ozwane as an attacking, Blom as a 6, and then uCele as an 8. I don't know, because Zwane and Cele probably they will be playing the same football, but it might work. With Blom being defensive, I know I can trust him. And also he's not just defensive. We do have something when we are attacking, not just defensively. And then Ayaboy Cross should not start. Definitely that is also something that we have to think about. Cross should not start this game, to be honest. It's either we start I don't know who we are going to start, but probably we might see Edmondson Dove being introduced on the next game as a left back. Maybe we can convert some of the players that we currently have, or they will play like the last time that they played Riv Rosler on the left back, and then also Olona Ngalego right. And then we have Sana in the next game. We don't need Mart and Cross. Definitely this next game is a big one. We don't need to take a risk. We know. Ayaboy says, I'm afraid of Umart will start in that middle third and then Cross to the left. If coach does that, then definitely, come on, we have to be honest. He did not learn anything from the last game that we played. That is something that we have to be honest about. And then criticize. He has to do better. And then K News. Hola Cameroon. Where is Mart? Mart is a hard worker, but we definitely, let's be honest, we don't need him on this game. He can come in as a super sub or something, but we don't need him as a starter, to be honest. Just like I think we don't need him to or die as a starter. If we play those players as our starters, trust me, we are going to lose. And we are definitely going to lose with a margin of score, definitely. And then Luvuyo says, K News, let's forget about Mart now. I'm sure he's not doing well after all those critics he gets from the media. Probably Agawalandeleli, but maybe he does see them. Probably he is not following, but he does see them. And then Mvuzo says, let's start Blom and Gele. We will boss the midfield for days. They are both comfortable on the ball. They can pick passes. They can hold the ball and play at the right time. Definitely, that is something that we need. But if ever we do have those players, then our left wing needs to be concentrated, and the striker say too. All the front three needs to be sure that they do position themselves accordingly, because now we have a good 6 and a good 8. So what is stopping us from bossing the middle field? That is something that we have to be honest about. But Kumbule, even Sundowns does have quality players. We have to be honest, especially in that middle of the park. So and then Fresh Breeze, the Hustler, Ox, Cele, and Castillo. Well, we're gonna see what is going to happen in terms of that. But for two, my network is gone. I think I'm just going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think about some of those big players coming back to play and face Mamelodi Sundowns, which is definitely a big team. Sibonga Khosi.